I'd like to introduce Byron. Byron is from Shutterspeed that's been working on this program. What I love most about the videos isn't just the professionalism of them, but also that, quirky Kiwi humour, which, is pretty good. Not as good as Aussies, but pretty good. So Byron, I'd like to hand over to you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kirsten. Hello, everyone, and hello to other people that will eventually be jumping on board. So just to clarify things, the FTMA New Zealand got in touch with me at Shutterspeed to come up with a system that allowed almost like a proper verified blanket set of safety videos that people could use in the frame and truss industry to make sure that their employers have got the correct information every single time. And the best way that we figured out how to do that was to present it in a video format. But on top of that, we also wanted to add a couple of tester moments as well. So there was a situation where we created the videos, and then right at the end you have a question and answer session that we integrated into this program. And that's something that people have been doing already when they are on the factory floor, giving a précis of the machine and the safety features of the machine, and then they'd go back and, as you guys know, would do some questions and sign it off. And so we wanted to sort of almost streamline this in a proper succinct way. And so we came up with the FTMA Safe Operation Program. Now I'm going to share my screen here. So what I'll do, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to take you through an email that you guys should expect to receive in the next few weeks, within the month. So look out for it. It's an email, it's a welcome pack information email that gives you all of the information that you require to start using the program. For the next month, will be going over registration as well. So I'll be registering you guys so you guys don't have to. You'll have yourself a unique code. I'll give you a unique password, which you can then change, and you can tailor it to yourself. Also your profile within the program as well. So I'll show you now I'm just going to share my screen. I'll show you now what that may look like. Now, I'm guessing everyone can see my screen. So I will continue on. Great. Okay, so this is the email that you will expect to receive when you become part of the FTMA Safe Operation Procedures. And as we scroll down here, for example, Daniel, we're using him. This is a little bit of an information welcome pack. If you don't actually know anything about the SOPs at all, or the FTMA program, you can click here for a demo. It gives you a full understanding, and you can also show this demo to other people who you may be wanting to get suppliers on board, etc. So as we scroll down, you've been welcomed. So the next step is to go, right, how do we get started? First, I've given you your login name. For example, here we've got Daniel at akarana.timbers.co.nz. His login password is this here, and he has a member ID of Akarana Timbers members group, and he's got a unique code here, 25604. Now, this is an important code because this enables you to then, you're a member of this FTMA SOP program, and you want your employees to jump on and register as well. You don't want to have to keep doing that. So you need to supply them, your employees, with this unique code that we provide for you, and then they can go and register online instead of you having to. You can still register them if you want to, but that's there just for sake of ease. And we'll get into that a little bit later on, and I'll show you how that works. So this is pretty much the welcome pack email. How do I access the program? Great question. At the moment, we are logging into www.sop.ftma.co.nz. And once you're logged in, you can access the safe operation procedures that have been provided so far on the dashboard I've made a little typo there, so I need to do some changes. And that's just a reiteration of giving that numbered code there to your employees so they can register themselves. If you don't understand how to get around from this Zoom call, there's 2 little videos here which helps you navigate the site as a member, and this is for employees to learn how to register. It's pretty straightforward though. And as we scroll down to the last page, there are more safe operations procedures that we are creating as well. We've just been spending a lot of time working through the updates on this program. One thing that I would like to mention to everyone here is that this safety operation procedure was created to make sure that everything is in line and consistent. And the first video that we made was the Safety Essentials Pack, and this is basically a video that shows you all of the information that you need as an employee, as a brand new employee, all of the information that you need before you step on the factory floor. So that covers off manual handling techniques, personal protective equipment, and also covers off lockout and tag out procedures, which are probably the 3 most important safety operation procedures in the frame and truss industry. And so it's advised that each employee goes through this FTMA Safety Essentials Pack first. So without further ado, that's the email that you receive. Next, we will jump into this website here. So as we jump into the website, this is what it is going to look like. Now, I'm going to use one of our FTMA members to sign in just to show you what this will look like. So you've been given your email address, you've been given your password, and we just log in. So for this sake, I'm going to use David Goulden at akarana.timbers.co.nz. I'm sure he won't mind. 18. I won't say that password out loud. And then we log in. Now this is, oh, hello David. This is David Goulden's page here. Now he's a member of the Akarana Timbers, and he has obviously completed all of these here. What you're expecting to see on this dashboard is all of your safe operation procedures down in a row here. They will start to grow as the months go on as well, and once we get suppliers on board, we will start to produce a lot more videos as well. But in this case, because he has completed it, he gets a little complete bar and a little certificate bar there. The first time that you guys would log in, you won't have any of these little icons here. But I figured it's probably a good idea to go through an SOP to show you guys just what it's about. So I might go through this staple gun SOP. But before I do that, I want to show you around this website. So this is the SOP library, and you can see up here, this is a dashboard here that's, a button up here that says SOP library. So if you ever need to get back to it, this is the button here. If you want to access your dashboard, this gives you access to all of the employees that you have registered or have registered to your group, which is the Akarana members group, and his code is 25678. And so these members here have signed up using that unique code. Now, for quick tracking, we are able to see what SOPs these people have done. And you can see here that they've all completed it at 100%. They've all completed it here at 100%, 100%. 100%. Oh, well done. Oh, there's a couple here. Safety Essentials Pack and the SOP for the nail gun, and then 100%. So you can quickly check to see how you're tracking and whether these people have completed the SOPs that you require them to do. Also, on top of this, you can view their information if you do need to get in contact with them. I'm sure you guys probably have their information anyway, but just in case, for sake of ease, if you do need to contact them to be like, hey, I want you to do that SOP, can you please hurry up and do it? Then you get the chance to contact them there. Down the left here, this is a dashboard. This is the dashboard that you immediately go back to, which gives you all of your employees. You can upload your profile. You can do images like this if you want to, and you can tailor it to yourself. Everything else around here doesn't necessarily matter. If you've forgotten your group code, for example, if you click on groups here, this gives you your group code ID here. So if you've forgotten or lost that welcome pack email, you can always find it here. This tells you how many courses you've got and how many students you've got, and then you can obviously go on and view them as well. Certificates, we don't need to worry about that because they automatically get sent to the employee. Let's add an employee just before we actually view a video. So if I wanted to add an employee, I would add the employee like this. Let's say, let's add and my phone number is, my password is, and then they go through and do this, and they add the employee. So now this employee is automatically tagged to this group here, which is fantastic. So that saves a lot of hassle about wrangling people to get them employed. If they aren't around, you can do it for them. So let's jump back into the SOP library. If you ever want to log out, this is your log out button, but let's just go back to the SOP library. And let's have a look at one of these safe operation procedures. Hopefully this will play through, the audio will play through the Zoom. Please let me know if not. So I'll just go ahead and select that. That won't show up because obviously it will be your first time. But let's jump into it.
Correct operational procedures are key to keeping you safe from harm in the workplace. This video will provide you with a full understanding of the do's and don'ts and any potential hazards when using the staple gun. As a prerequisite to this video, you should have already completed the Safety Essentials pack covering personal protective equipment, safe manual handling, and the lockout and tagout procedure. With all these tools now securely in your toolkit, let's have a look at the pre-start checklist. Before you start operation, it's essential to make sure your workplace is clean, tidy, and free of any obstructions. First things first, make sure that the staple gun is disconnected from the air hose before carrying out any pre-start checks. It's important to familiarise yourself with the components of the staple gun, namely the actuation muzzle or nose, air connector, safety trigger, and staple magazine. It's essential to inspect the staple gun for any obvious mechanical defects, so check it for any loose parts, obstructions, or wear and tear. Pay particular attention to the staple magazine, the actuation muzzle or nose, and any loose fittings around the trigger or safety catch. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, let your supervisor know immediately. Oil maintenance is a daily requirement. 2 to 3 drops of oil is all you need to keep the air connector in good condition. Once you're satisfied the tool is in sound working order, attach the air line to the connector. Remember, when not in use, Keep the staple gun in its cradle to avoid any tripping accidents or damage to the tool. Safe operation. First, load the magazine by lifting up the latch and placing the staples, making sure the teeth are pointing down towards the floor. You must release the pressure clip at the end of the magazine to finish loading the staples. Now that the staple gun is safely loaded, let's proceed to fixing your timber in place. Remember to keep your non-operating hand at least 150 millimeters away from the nose of the gun when firing. Push the nose of the gun into the timber and press the trigger to insert the staple. It's important to move the staple gun along the timber when firing in succession, as staples can ricochet if fired on top of one another. Also, avoid overreaching when operating the staple gun. Retain good posture at all times. Pointing the safety gun in anyone's direction is a serious safety violation. So let's keep the staples from ending up in you or your workmates, because no one wants to turn up to the nurse looking like this. If a staple gun jams in the chamber, disconnect the airline first before proceeding with checks and repairs. Never use the staple gun if the safety catch or trigger is not working properly, and report any issue to your supervisor. Place the gun in the repair box and note the fault in the repair list. Taping down the trigger or tampering with the staple gun in any way will result in immediate dismissal from the worksite. Pulling back on the safety catch should not be carried out unless absolutely necessary and under supervision. Only initiate operation into timber components, never steel or concrete. This can cause serious damage to the tool, yourself, or others. Careless use by dropping or throwing the staple gun is a big no-no, so it should always be handled with respect to ensure it stays well maintained and, most importantly, to keep you and your colleagues safe. Sticking to these safety operation procedures will make for a secure and respectful environment for all. Remember, respect your workplace, respect your workmates, and most of all, respect your work tools. Staple gun safety operation procedure, done.
So that is a typical SOP that we have created for this program. Then at the end of that, you have to go through a question and answer session like this, which just reiterates a couple of specific points that we want to people to remember. So let's go through one. Question 1, how far away should your non-operating hand be from the gun when firing? Well, let's go with 150 millimeters. Correct. Let's continue. Which of these is not a component of the staple gun? Let's go with staple filler. That's correct. It is okay to drop the staple gun on the ground in between tasks. Yes, it's pretty solid and won't break. Let's go with that.
Careless use by dropping or throwing the staple gun is a big no-no, so it should always be handled with respect to ensure it stays well maintained and...
So the reason why I'm showing you a wrong question here is because it's important that everyone gets 100% correct, and so they have to get it correct before that they continue on to the next question. And it's a good way of reiterating specific things that people may have forgotten. Is it okay to point the staple gun in the direction of another worker? Never point the staple gun in the direction of anyone. What materials should you fire the staple gun into when on the job? Steel, concrete, and timber. Only timber components. Let's get this wrong.
Only initiate operation into timber components. Never steel.
So, timber components. And then we get a congratulations, Byron Coll, you have completed the staple gun safe operation procedure. Now, what happens here at the end is you scroll down and go, I confirm I have completed the Eco Staple Gun SOP, as it says here. So let's click on that button there. Let's make a confirmation statement. I confirm that I've honestly and successfully completed this course to the best of my ability and would like my certificate of completion. Confirm. Complete the course. Fantastic. So this immediately comes up saying you download a certificate. So you can download the certificate if you want to by pressing this, and then this should immediately take you to Certificate of Completion awarded to David Goulden on this date. The reason why I've put a specific date is because we will each year we have to, as part of our requirement, we need to update and make sure that each SOP is up to date, and if things have changed, we need to attach them to the SOP. And so this will probably come in handy when we're looking at specific SOPs that maybe need to be redone by specific people. So that is your certificate of completion, which you can also download and print out however you like.
And Byron, just to confirm, and the employer will also have access to the certificate if they wish to access it via their page as well, won't they?
The employer will very, very soon have that ability to download this and print this off. We're just going through a little update on that to make sure that all their members and users can have access to these certificates. So that's coming very, very shortly. So let's go back home, and you can see also here they have a completed button here. So this is another way that you can check to make sure that you have completed your SOP, which is great. And that is 90% of the course setup. If there's anything else that I can think of that, let's be an employee and log in ourselves. So if you have said to, let's go with this. I'm going to be an employee at Akarana Timbers in Auckland, and they have given me a code 256. Sorry, not here. Register employee or register member. This is where it is. This is where you log in. If you want to register as an employee, you press this button. If you are a member and you want someone else to take initiative and view the SOP program as well, you can register another member here as well, and they get the same access that you have. And these registrations are exactly the same in terms of their method of registering them. So what's the group ID obtained from your organization? Let's put this one in, 25604, and I'll put my email in as I'll do a quickly password. Sign up. Now immediately I can sign up with my email address and then my password. So it's nice and quick and easy for people to log in and then start using their course. If you see here, this is a fresh course, so there's no certificates or completion here. This is all completely fresh for them to look at. In their dashboard, there's nothing really much for them to use. This is more for a member's navigation and tracking. So 90% of the time, well, 99% of the time, they will be using this SOP library. Now, I wonder if I can quickly go in and see Easy Frame. This is my email address. Just making sure that it's still taking a little bit of time. In a normal scenario, I'm not sure why this is not happening at the moment, but normally what would happen is probably because I've logged in so many times on so many different email addresses, it's probably playing up. But normally the person who has logged in and played one of these from their website, they will have completed the course, got the certificate here, and also received an email saying that they have completed it, which means that they can access the certificate from the email as well. So there's multiple ways of being able to track where the certificate is from and how to receive it. But in a nutshell, that is the SOP training program. I hope that has been helpful, and I suppose I can stop sharing.
Yeah, so if you can stop sharing it, and if anyone has any questions. So Byron, the videos, you created a video for employers, so it shows them how basically what you've done there, and it's a little YouTube or little clip, and you've done the same for employees, haven't you?
Exactly. So it's a video for the employees to figure out how to register and how to log in and use the site, and then the other video is, like you say, is for members to figure out how to track specific members, how to upload members, and how to navigate the site in its general term.
Yeah, and upcoming, so we've got the multi-nail roller press on there. We've got the essentials pack. We've got the nail gun. We've got the staple gun, and we had there was one other
platen press.
Yeah, platen press. What ones are coming up?
So we've got the Hundiga Turbo and SC3 saws. We've also got mini rollers. We've also got the G press. I'm not sure whether you guys use that much in Australia. I'm not too sure, but we've also got the G press. We've got the razor saw as well, which will be coming out very, very soon as well. So those are the ones that are in line at the moment.
And there was questions that I've been asked by members to say about for old equipment. Are we going to do any videos that are very generic to cover off some of the old presses and older equipment?
What we're trying to do is really create a sort of a catch-all generic video for all machines anyway, even though it's branded by, for example, Echo have got a gun, a nail gun. The components and the safety around it are all general enough to kind of warrant using it for another gun. But there may be specific discrepancies around, you know, the way that you attach the gun and all that stuff, but it's just, we've got a disclaimer in there just to say that this is a generic safety operation video which allows you to get the complete gist of safety around it. But in saying that, whatever the suppliers want to provide, then we can definitely shoot a video that specifies an older piece of equipment or a newer piece of equipment as well. So it's just down to what the preference is, really.
Yep. And the other question I was asked, which I put forward to you, somebody asked about whether or not in their own area, so for their company's area, is there a chance to upload their own in-house training videos into their site?
Into this site specifically?
Yeah, so if they have their group and, you know, they go into 2549 is, you know, Trust Corps, for example, if they go into that, can they load up their, through you, load up their own in-house training videos to get employers to work through the system?
That's a very good question, and that's probably something that I would probably refer to the FTMA New Zealand about, because they are kind of running how they sort of manage that at the moment. So from a videography point of view, it is entirely possible to do that, but that would be something that I'd have to check off with the FTMA team here in New Zealand. Yep.
So Byron's been given a full list of everyone. So everyone that nominated somebody, I think we had about 47 people, members nominate specific people for this. If they weren't nominated, we've just put in the principal contact that we had. And so Byron will send all of those contacts the information like he explained at the start. and the login is their street address, isn't it? Is that right, Byron?
Yeah, the sort of generic password logins. So I just tag it to the street address, but as soon as you log in, you can update it and change it to suit as well.
Yep, and time frame for everyone to get their logins before.
We're very, very much hoping this side of Christmas that you'll be able to get it. I think some of you might have, or I'm pretty sure some of you have already received this welcome pack. So hopefully this clears a lot of things up if you've got a lot of questions about that email that's just come through.
No worries. So is there any questions from anyone? You can take it off mute or type it in the chat either way. Otherwise, what we'll do is when we get this recording, and we'll find the links to the videos that Byron's done for like employer and employee, and that way we can, I mean, they'll be in that welcome kit that they get anyway, won't it?
Yes, it will be. It's I'll show you very, oh no, I won't show it to you because I'm sharing the screen, but yes, it's on the second page.
Yep, perfect.
Yep, it's very clearly labeled there, which is good. And also any questions that over the course of the registration period as well, flick me an email and I'll do my best to make sure that I can help, because it's best to make the registration and navigation a lot easier, because then it means people can use it.
Yeah, and the other one, Byron, was who does the email come from? Because I know that when I got sent the details to the board, I had a few people follow up. So the email doesn't come necessarily from you or FTMA New Zealand.
No, it comes from sop.ftma.co.nz, I think.
That's all right. So when they get it, they can definitely see that it's not spam to go into.
No.
Awesome.
There may be a situation where you'd get a confirmation email from a company called Chalk and Cheese. Yeah. They are the developers that are helping me develop this program. So if you see Chalk and Cheese, for example, know that it is a legitimate website and that is an email that is not spam.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Byron. I love the videos. I think they're very, very professional. You've done an excellent job, and I look forward to getting more suppliers on board.
Yes.
We can do it. For the FTMA members online, don't forget that we did send out the national conference. So we're kind of limiting the amount of supplies that can come in the first instance to make sure fabricators get as many attendance as possible. And we're looking at having an FTMA New Zealand tour just in the lead up to our conference to come out as well. So thank you very much. Thanks, Byron, and thanks everyone for joining us today.
Excellent. Bye. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See ya.